When I was approached by Akshay, our president, uh, he gave me his vision for Goan football and to improve Goans and Goan talent. First of all, we would want to focus on especially on Goans, and if there's exceptional talent outside Goa, why not? So that was his idea about developing Goan football. Um, when I was not involved here, when I was watching ISL, it was only ISL teams which were just fighting to win trophies. But then this gave a new look at it. Why we are looking at not just the top team, but we're looking at building up a club, which is more than a club. So we are focusing on development of Goan and Indian football. So we started our process there. We started recruiting coaches. Of course, we have some excellent coaches in Clifford, Gavin, and Sugitesh, and we have some grassroots coaches as well. So the focus is more on development rather than just winning trophies. So that's how we go about with our job. We started last year. We had everybody in place, like right from the grassroots to the this thing. We improved from last season. We finished fourth in the Goa Pro League. Our under-18 team qualified for the AIFF quarterfinals, which was played in Meghalaya, and our under-13 and under-15 did quite well in the qualifying rounds, but we struggled a bit. But this season we won. Of course, we won the Goa Pro League. We won the under-20s and under-18s, and our under-18 qualified for the semis this year from last year. So there was progress. And of course, our first team, which finished fourth last year, we finished runners-up this year in the ISL League, and so there was improvement from what we started our work. We stuck to our philosophy, but our main focus, especially with the youth teams, was to develop footballers. Our belief is that if we focus on that, results will follow, and that's what has happened this season for us. So we are very happy about it. We focus more on the grassroots. We have a pyramid where the grassroots, we have a bigger base. We have centers in the north and centers in the south, 8 centers in both the 8, 12, 16 centers, where our coaches focus on giving the basics, right basics to these youngsters who from the age group of 8 to 12. And then from there we scout players for our under-13 and under-15s and so on, and then we progress. So we focus mostly on giving the right basics at that level, at the grassroots. And then we move on to the technical and tactical aspects of the game at the age of under-13 and under-15, and up to under-18. And then it is, we believe that it is up to an individual where he wants to go, whether he wants to become a professional footballer or so our job is to give them the right basics and work on step by step to building them into a professional players. We have some dedicated coaches in Sujitesh, who was taking care of the under-13 and under-15. Gavin, who was taking care of the under-18s. And Clifford, who is an experienced ex-international player, he's taking care of the pro league team. So we saw that we wanted coaches who are ambitious, who want to do well for themselves, and who has the experience of playing at the top level. So we have got those places. I feel we have got the right people at the right places, and I'm sure this is just the beginning. In the near future, we are going to do much better than as far as development of players is concerned. I'm not talking about the results. Results will follow. Yeah. Playing at the highest level is always you understand the game well, so so it was not a big step for me from coaching to get into technical director, but there were changes in style of working. But that experience counts, and at the club level, you focus on giving results, getting results for the club, whether it is I League or ISL, wherever it is. But right now, the focus is more on looking at the technical aspect of the game, where we minutely have to see each and every player, the coaches, if they are, whether they are on the right path or no. So the change, the experience what I've got, even it's under 23, India under 23 when I took over, it was just for a few weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. I had hardly any time to work with them. But I saw a change, and that has given me a big, that confidence that if you focus on the development, there are chances of getting good footballers. So we started, building up this team, the young team, who were mostly the under-17 who played the under-17 World Cup. So from there, the changes what I made was just the style of play, nothing more than that. But we stuck to that style where we try to keep possession, and we created some excellent chances by keeping possession. Due to our own mistakes, we conceded goals and we lost those matches. But I saw improvement, and the same thing I've seen in our youth teams as well. Last year we made some mistakes at the back, and people criticize us for working the way we were playing, because we were making mistakes at the back, conceding goals. And but going forward, we stuck to our philosophy, and I think if you go about with the right intentions, and if you stick to your style and if you stick to your ideas, I think everything will fall in place. Sergio Lobera has brought in his experience as the Spanish style of play, which is similar to our Goan style. When we grew up, we were playing the same passing game. But what I liked about him is that we don't move away from our ideas, move away from the style. We stick to our style, we stick to our, that is what I like. Earlier, even now, there are some teams, they change their style according to the situations of the game. But for us, if we want to develop players, then we have to stick to our style and not change it. I'll give you an example. For example, in tight situations, the last match we played against Dempo, a draw was enough, but we stuck to our style of playing attacking football, and we scored 2 goals. And then in the second half, we were down by, one of our players was shown red card, and we were down to 10 men, and we had to defend those 2 goals. So we changed a bit, but keeping our style of play, focus was on keeping possession, which we found it a little bit difficult. But to get the result, we did not change our style, or we did not we tried to play to our thing. So that is what we have learned from Sergio, that to stick to our style and to stick to our ideas of our philosophy.
A trophy is a trophy. Whether it's the Pro League or any trophy, small or big, is always special. But if you ask me, I will take both. But if I have to answer one, then I will say is the Pro League. Not because of anything, but it's a league. FC Goa was more of a league come knockout. But is a league. Is like a league is like a marathon, where something goes wrong and you still have chance to rectify it. Also it doesn't, if you play well in one game and you play not so well or not so good in the rest of the games, it has an effect on the end result. So the league is always important, because it goes from the first match till the 22nd match. And I believe that we, over the course of, I would say 6 to 7 months, of course the league was delayed, we played some really good football, along with winning as well as developing the players, which is of course of prime importance to the club. It's not just Dempo, to be honest. I felt most of the teams were competitive. Be it Salgaonkar, there was Salgaonkar there who had a young side, but players who had come out through their youth system from, I believe, from 14 or 16. They had come and they had these players who were there with him throughout. The similar case with Sporting, who had a very strong squad, as well as Churchill. They played almost all the players from I League. And we, our boys, like I said, our average age of our players is just 20 years old. And we just not won the game, but we dominated games to win them, most of our games. And along the way, we lost just 2 games. We lost 2 games, one, and of course, like I said, it's a marathon where you win leagues, win matches, lose football matches. But I believe in a very long time, it has come to a situation, a position where the league was decided on the last day. It may be exciting to the fans, it may be exciting to the whole concept, not the whole league, but and of course the players as well. But then it's always nice if you wrap up the league early. But then the last game, playing at the opponents on the opponent's turf is, I just told them one thing, which I believe. When you win at home, when you win at home, it's always exciting. When you win at home, like, we don't really have a home and away this year, but then still, if you win at home, it's always exciting. But when you win away on an opponent's ground, is something different. The feeling is different when you beat the opponent in their own backyard. And we did that by playing two brands of football that day. In the first half, we played a particular way, and second half, when we were down, we played another way. So this shows not on my ability or on the coach's ability, but on the players' ability themselves, that they are conditioned already to play as the situation demands. Not just from him, of course I took advice from him, but not just from him alone, but from Gavin and from my other supporting staff as well. Because is like I said, it's a teamwork. No matter, even though if I'm being the head coach, there is always nice and always makes sense to take advice from people who know about the game. And of course, Coach Derek, he knows a lot about the game, as well as my other supporting staff. The fact that the players see the first team do so well, the fact that they read, they see them play, that itself is enough for them, to raise their level, to get motivated, because the development team is one step below the first team. So they know themselves. They know when they come into the developmental team, it means that they are just one step below the first team. So if they do well, we don't have to tell them, to be honest. Just that they know that themselves, that if they do well, then they are going to play there. And the motivation of the first team doing well, in the league, as well as winning the Super Cup itself, is good enough for them that they are just one step away from realizing that dream. I don't know how much it makes a difference when they know. I don't even know if they know that I have won, or if they have seen me playing. I'm sure some of them must have. But then, believe me, what I've won before as a player, or whether I have played for the national team or not, it can help me up to get a job, perhaps, to get a job. But after that is my coaching ability, is my knowledge, So they don't, believe me, today's generation, they don't want to see what you had done in the past. When I enter there on the training session, they want to see whether you are prepared or not, whether you know your job or not. This is what today's generation, they don't care about what you have done before, or what you have achieved before. For them, they will gauge you whether, I'm saying the players, and it's normal, they will gauge you whether you are prepared, you know what you are doing or not, and that's it. And when they see you, that you know your job, you know what you are doing, they themselves get motivated. They themselves know, okay, what this particular person is talking makes sense, and that is good enough for them to stay focused. About being you asked me about the social effects that they have on their mentality. Of course, that is each one's. Some takes time to adapt, some adapt immediately, and some you need to nurture a bit, keep on talking to them, which as coaches I and my technical team as well as Derek coach often does.
I think this journey started 5 years ago when we started with our grassroots in 2015. Those boys have matured now. 5 of them are playing in the first 11 of under 18. They have another season left in under 18, so because they're only 16 this year. Yes, we also take boys from outside our centers. So that's why it becomes easier for us to make a team, because we are building on the core players we have of our grassroots. Again, it's the satisfying thing is years of practice. How we have groomed our players for the last 5 years. They're playing our style of play for last 3-4 years, and that becomes a little easier for us when it comes to performing. And it's the confidence we give the players on the ball. So our training, our training are designed on our principles of training, which is we work on a lot of technique, tactics, physical conditioning, and mental. All these factors are involved in each training session of ours. And the standout thing we do, I think, away from the other clubs, is the confidence we give the players on the ball. We back them up even after doing some mistakes, and that's the reason they are growing up with a lot of confidence when they can control the ball and pass close to our goal. I think they've understood that they are playing at a very good club, and over here they expected to win. Again, if I go back, is the years of training they're coming from our grassroots. It has helped us. Yes, we again take the players from outside our centers, but it becomes a little easier because the core of the team is there, and when 2-3 players come at a time, it's easier for them to adapt to our style of play. It's because the earlier batch is already there and the style of play is already set. So 2-3 players, 4-5 players coming in, it's easier for them to perform because the core team is there already. Yeah, for the last 2 seasons we have grown up a lot. First season we struggled a little bit because we were bringing in new things. Second season, as you see, we have done very well. Going forward, I think what we have learned this year is we are very good. Our pace is very good when we play. What we want to improve at the national level is at the I-League level is a strength. So this year we will work a lot on strength because I think that was something missing when we play I-League level. Nowadays kids are very smart. It's not only the TV, they see everything on YouTube or internet. Actually, as far as they have in under 18, they have names from the first team players where they call, somebody will be called Jahu, somebody will call Koro. And it's nice to hear that because they want to become like them. They want to play passes like Jahu. They want to finish like Koro. And they are themselves naming their own friends. And we don't have to drive that force. It's modern generation, they get driven by themselves.
First time we had participated in the Vedanta League, and when we saw the girls initially, so it was like we didn't expect them to finish maybe the winners or the runners up. Maybe we were expecting maybe a 4th place finish, 5th place, because the girls were new to our system and it obviously takes time to actually get your work done through these girls. And most of them, they were not that technically, they were quite okay, but tactically the understanding was very average. So we wanted to improve that first, and as the league progressed, the girls coped in well, and then we started getting results. Then we again missed the title by just 1 point, finishing behind Penjim footballers. So overall it was a good effort in the first season itself, and now in the coming season the girls are stronger. Now they know exactly what to do, how to play. So it will be, this time we should really be looking forward to the title. We being new to this league, what the players that we got were through the draft that was organized by JFA. So we actually couldn't pick whom we wanted. So it was quite a difficult task. Most of the girls were very young. Some of them are just 9th standard students, 10th standard students. And it was quite a hectic task for us, maybe getting them to feel this game, how we play, the style of play. It was quite a bit difficult. Then we got some players from other clubs as well. We had that option of buying of getting those players from other teams. So that worked out really well for us. We got 2-3 players from other teams, and that made the backbone, acted as a backbone for the team. And the other girls coped in well, and it was all about, mostly about the effort that the girls put in, and the mentorship that Derek sir gave us, like, really helped us through the league. We cannot treat the women's team or the girls team as we treat the boys team. Like, we need to understand psychologically and physically as well. So there's a lot of difference between coaching boys and coaching girls. So it was quite a learning experience for me and my other coaches as well. Even the manager, even Derek sir, it was a bit of a, we have not actually coached a women's team before. So it was quite a learning experience for us as well. Know how to go about, what kind of training, what should be the intensity of the training also affects, and maybe it takes a little bit of time to get these girls into the condition of playing, high intensity game and lasting for those 70 minutes, the 35 minutes that they used to play. So yeah, it was a tough task for us, but then yeah, the girls, as I said earlier, gave their all out. So basically, first I was initially given the under 14 and the under 16 teams. So yeah, that was my focus, and then FC Goa decided to put their women's team into the Vedanta League. And then Derek sir came up to me and he said, asked me if you would like to train these girls, and he also would be there. So I said okay, why not give it a try? Maybe we are all learning, so it will be a good experience for me as well through my coaching experience for me to get better. Then I took up the task. So initially, when me and Derek sir first had these sessions with the girls, the very first session, we thought, yeah, nothing can happen here. So it'll take time. Maybe not even this year. Maybe it'll take time, so much time that it'll go on till the next season for us to get some results or maybe some performance through this team. But then things worked. The girls coped well through this pressure that we used to put them, and yeah, it helped me. And what exactly was happening was I have to focus on my under 14 and under 16 teams as well. So I couldn't neglect any of the two. So the only thing that helped me was the Vedanta League what got extended because of some reasons. There were some national tournaments as well coming in between. So I could focus on both the aspects, my under 14, under 16 teams and the women's team. So in the end, maybe things just worked out how we planned, yeah, and maybe some, through God's grace, the schedule of these games didn't affect both my under 14 and 16 and the women's team. The only thing is the Vedanta League this year, they have not scheduled out the rules as said, whether we can retain the same players that we did last year. Again, it will be a draft system. If we get to retain these players, surely we have to go for the title. And again, if there's a draft, this thing that they put, so then again the players will be new. Again, we'll have to start again. But we'll be well prepared this time to take on any team. We know how other teams react to us, how they're coping up with our style, how they, strategically they also plan against us. So we'll have to come up with something new. Obviously, we'll come up with something new and give the title. Last year's who got the title, Panjim footballers, a tough time this time. A small message to all the budding footballers there, boys as well as girls. So maybe initially all these years women's football was not taken up to that level. Maybe now Vedanta coming into GFA, it is helping us a lot. Initially there were leagues going on for the women's, but it was not carried out throughout the tournament. Maybe 1 or 2 months and that's it over. So the next 10 months they only used to sit at home, do nothing. Now there are a lot of opportunity for these women players to come up, step up to that level. Now recently this thing is going on at present. The Women's World Cup is going on. So these girls are obviously looking up, watching these matches, which previously was not happening. So we are going on the right track at the moment. So we have to only take it higher from here.